Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. This is another awareness session of HR Shaper, okay, which is more on capability building, skill development, personal and professional development. It's unlike webinar which are keeps happening, on the various HR topic, okay. The topic for today's session is tips by executive search expert and headhunter. This is the community always look for a talent in the market. Thanks all the delegates joining. We have 280 delegates right now. I can see more will be joining. So Dr. Prasad Meduri, Managing Director from Auditor Burnaston, India, Mr. Nirmit Parikh, CEO and MD of 3P Consultant, Dr. Dipendra DP Nigam, Managing Partner of Horton International, then Dr. Deepak Gupta, Client Partner, Conferry, Lakshmi Narasimha, Managing Partner, Athena Platus, Mr. Ronesh Puri, MD of Executive Exchange. And as I said, joining me, Mr. Vardarajan, who is a startup partner, board advisor, talent and strategy enable. So let me welcome our host I would call it. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Vardarajan Raja is he's none other than our senior HR leader in the industries and he's known as a Raja. Gurpreet, over to you. Gurpreet is from the sales team of Census Technology.
Very well, thank you very much. And my warm greetings to everyone. We are really thankful to everyone to join us. So, as well as we are delighted to have you amongst us on behalf of all the team members and the management. And we would like to extend our warmest welcome again and good wishes to everyone, right? And a very, very special thanks to Mr. Ashish to introduce us and to actually give us this opportunity.
It's a pleasure, Deepak, to have you here. I have a few questions to ask Deepak, and which will be the first few minutes of the session. He's well known in the industry as an executive search person, tremendous amount of experience, and more than that, he is a business psychologist. Hi, Deepak.
Hey, good afternoon, Raja. Pleasure.
Great. Deepak, you have been in the business for so many years, and being a psychologist, I would like to ask you, what do you think and what do you measure as a visible leadership traits of people? And how can you plan to grow on these traits?
Okay. When we look at senior executives, so I'm going to break that up into competencies and traits, right? So, and look at behavioral aspects and then possibly talk about the traits. When it comes to the behavioral aspects, and this should be no surprise, agility is right at the top of the pile, and especially what we've experienced in the last couple of years.
From here, we go to next speaker. Okay, that's none other than Dr. Prasad Meduri, Managing Director, Odgers Burnaston. That's an executive search firm based in New Delhi. He heads India office operation and focus on sector of industrial energy, infrastructure, and education. Earlier, he was senior partner in India operation of a leading global network in executive search. Doctor has over a decade of search expertise in board, general management, functional leadership, position covering industrial infrastructure, technology, education practices in Southeast Asia and Greater China. Okay, so let me invite Dr. Dipendra DP Nigam, Managing Partner, India, Horton International.
Hi, DP. Wonderful to see you.
Hi, Vardar. Long time, Raja.
Yeah. So what we will do again is with you, DP, I have a few questions and we'll also try and answer some questions from the participants.
But
yes,
first
please.
of all, I think I must say I'm delighted to be a part of this forum. Give you a very quick update on Horton International. We are now back into the global top 40. This is Hunt Scanlon. 30 plus countries, 45 offices, 250 consultants. We are present across the globe. And our differentiators, we are all entrepreneurs. Each managing partner owns his business in his own country. We are owner operators. And every time it's our personal reputation on the line, each time, every time. Small enough to care, large enough to deliver globally. And in India, each partner has CEO, CXO level experience, and we are adding more. Now, every consultant calls himself an executive search consultant and a headhunter. And us, is there a difference between us? Answer is yes. Most other consultants are contingency search consultants or recruitment guys, advertise, porter, middle to senior management level, large number of players, large volumes, multiple consultants on a mandate, contingency, which means fees paid only when the person joins. And what you get, HR professionals, is the best available candidate. When you come to us, the 6 people on this panel, it's a different ballgame altogether. We are retained search consultants. I would call us headhunters to differentiate us from the others. Proactive research followed by focused headhunting, usually passive candidates. I'll give you an example later. Usually top management, we are best used at top management or senior management. Select number of players in our segment. We are retained by the client on exclusive basis, and what you get is the best possible candidate as opposed to the best available candidate. Now, you see 6 people here, all of us represent the executive search space. What are our profiles? We are senior professionals, career search professionals with 20 plus years experience, Ronesh, or CXO level experience, prior experience, and then executive search, like Prasad and myself. Usually domain and sector specialists. The big difference is we are business and management consultants in the people space. We are not recruiters. If someone calls me a recruiter, I feel a bit offended. We are involved partners. We take the trouble and insist on understanding the business plan, the business imperative basis which you want to recruit. We provide market feedback and suggestion. We help refine and define specs and develop and execute a comprehensive search strategy. We are veterans at interacting with people. You saw Deepak, all of us have done it and seen it. Most important, we have a long-term perspective. We develop relationships with clients and potential candidates, and we are trusted advisors to both client and candidates. We develop long relationship with clients. What kind of mandates come to us? Strictly confidential, specialized positions, mission critical, other sources, methods have not worked. I gave you the example earlier. Difficult to find passive candidates. Job and our company has to be promoted. Candidate has to be persuaded to look at the opportunity basis, our credibility, in addition to the company. And Raja pinged me saying, give an example. So I'll give you an example. Year and a half back, we were asked to do an MD CEO position for a mid-size financial services company. The previous MD CEO had left. There were some issues, and we were asked to get the best. Go for people who are from much bigger companies and get the best, a brand, if you wish, into the company. And well, we presented 6 people. During the course of the search, the chairman also left. And each of these 6 people were from companies which are at least 10 to 20 times the size of the company that we were recruiting for. And every one of those 6-7 candidates, when we first spoke to them, said, DP, are you serious? Do you really want me to look at this mandate? And my answer was yes. And here are 5-6 reasons why you should. Cut a long story short, 6 people presented themselves to the board, 1 joined, and of course, 1 only can join. And he's been there close to 2 years. He's happy, the board is happy, and most important, the stock market is happy because the market cap has gone up more than 2 times. So therefore, we are also brand ambassadors for the company and also for the candidate. We work on a retained and exclusive basis engaged by the company. What do headhunters look for in a potential future candidate? Mid to long-term potential, because you're hiring for the future. A track record of demonstrated and progressive performance. It has to be progressive. You should have done better jobs. Cultural alignment and adaptability. Can you adjust to different cultures? Versatility, taking initiative, doing work out of the syllabus. Change and transformation orientation. Have you been a part of change? Can you adjust to change? Because when you're going into another organization, it's usually a transformation or a change agenda. Clarity of thought and purpose, which I mentioned earlier. Will he or she bring value add to the organization is what we would look for. Next one. I mentioned value and value add twice. So if it's a HR and you want to go up the CHRO route, what value do you bring as an HR professional? Do you have experience in business HR, PMS, TA, OD, special projects like wellness, transformation? Digitalization is the latest one. Handling great resignation, employee branding is your positioning as a HR professional. Your value as an HR professional. And what value do you bring to the value add do you bring to the table? You have cross-functional experience. You have P&L business experience, leadership and special projects. Is he or she an asset to an organization that I'm hiring for? And is he a long-term one? Today's buzzword is most CHROs, just go back, Gerard, please. Most CHROs want to become CEOs, right? Lina is the latest example. There have been many CHROs earlier who become CEOs. My good friend Raman Madhok became a CEO at 43. There's Ashish Srivastav sitting in PNB MetLife, and I'm sure there are many more like that. In fact, the latest one is CEOs doing HR. If you read the papers, Nitin Pradhanjpe is handling HR now. So the point is, if you want to go that route, first of all, be very clear where you want to be and work towards it, get the right experience that you have, right? Do the next one, please. Quick one on do's and don'ts. Again, directed towards all of you if you want to, get our attention and build relationships, especially when you're not looking for a career transition. Remain visible. I mentioned controlled, quality, and relevant. Very important. And this one may surprise a lot of you and may not go well with quite a few, but nevertheless, I think it's very important. Your CV, your profile should be short and sweet. Maximum 1 to 2 pages. Raja will relate to this. In Amex, we were not allowed to do anything more than 1.5 pages. I see CVs which are 5 pages, very well drafted by professional CV writers. All of them look the same. They don't mean much. A CV is you. It is representing you. Do it yourself. Get professional help, but keep it short and simple. Leave something for the headhunter or the interviewer to discover, right? Some don'ts. Don't call us only when you need us. Call and expect to be attended to immediately. Ronesh gave an example. People keep calling. Please do. We will give you attention. We would also want to talk to you. And last but not the least, be approachable yourself. Relationship is always a two-way process. So folks, that's what I have to say. Focus was on getting headhunted by us. And thank you very much. Together to the top.
Thanks so much for your crisp and very clear presentation on what you look for. And that I'm sure is going to be very helpful for most of the participants here. I have one question to ask you. Many times when headhunters come to us or even HR guys look at us, how important is the length or years of experience against the quality of experience? Because many times you say, I have 14 years of experience or 20 years of experience. But is that relevant or the quality relevant?
The length gives you maturity, but it's the quality which matters. I mean, you have CEOs at 35, 40, it's the quality which matters. But more than quality and the length is your learnability. Can you adapt? I think Deepak mentioned resilience. Do you have that? Can you pick up things? It's nice to have experience and quality experience, but what do you bring to the table? Is it relevant to the next assignment? That is what I think most of us would look for.
Great, Dippy. Dippy, I would invite you to stay back and respond to some questions on the chat box if you can. Thank you so much for your wonderful words of wisdom. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ashish and Raja.
Thank you, Dippy. Over to you, Ashish.
So let's go to the next speaker. Okay, so here is Mr. Nirmit Parikh, MD, CEO of 3P Consultant, and he's Managing Director's CEO, which is reputed retail executive search firm headquartered in Mumbai for more than 25 years. Wow. And he's into executive search since 1990 with a defined vision passion to optimize human talent and to offer values-based consulting to diversified client. Okay, so here is the last speaker for a day, Mr. Lakshmi Narasimhan, Managing Partner, Athena Plutus. Headquarter is in Mumbai, and he comes with more than 2 decades of extensively professional experience in executive search space in anchoring leadership position in the area. Independent director appointment, business advisory expert, business leader, CXO for Indian business and global MNCs. His area of expertise has been the industrial practice, cover multiple sectors.
It has been a wonderful time we had
Thanks,
today.
guys.
It's a great experience for me, and the amount of learning which I had, I'm sure the participants also have had a lot of learning from this session. To the participants, we have been able to answer as many questions as possible, not necessarily in the way you have asked, but the way we have put it into the speakers. And to the speakers, each one of you, Deepak, Prasad, Ronesh, DP, Nirmit and Lakshmi, a big thank you. I think your sharing of your experience, your sharing of your thoughts has made us all richer. I am personally going very rich out of this session, and thank you so much for that.